Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Today's topic is basically on how to get clients for your home care agency, right? So this is specifically for home care owners, but at the same time it does work for any service-based business in the local business arena. We're going to be talking about different sources of traffic and leads you can get, and you can, some of these strategies you can start today and start getting leads tomorrow. Some of these strategies might take some more effort and time and investment. It would give off your return over time in the 4 or 6 months, but when it does give you the return, it will give you big returns, right? All of these strategies today are from social media and online leads flow, right? None of these are from in person. We like to use technology a lot. We're a technology company, and that's what we try to preach on, how to leverage technology and social media the correct way. Now, you don't need to post a bunch of TikToks dancing or something like that in today's video. The strategy I'm going to share, it's going to be more business focused and how to optimize your funnels and all of these things. But to keep it simple, to keep it very straight to the point so you can understand, I've made a short presentation or flow chart so you can understand what type of ways there are actually where you can go and get these leads, and then you can choose which one's the best for you according to whatever budget or whatever situation you're currently in. We're not going to be talking about tenders or state clients, insurances. We're not going to be talking about that, or partnerships. Okay, so here, to get more clients, what are the first few steps we need to do? Firstly, if you're agency based out of UK, you have something called CQC. It's a regulation, right? And it's pretty similar to other countries, and you might have to go through this regulation, get a registration. And once you do get it, a lot of people make mistakes and they might just go straight into tenders without a CQC rating. Basically, rating is what this organization rates you as for your service, but you haven't provided any service, so there's no rating. Obviously, there's no point in really going after like council clients. There's so much competition and it would just take forever. So for the first year, you really need to focus on private clients. And I think if you're a new home care agency or if you're existing home care agency, private clients, probably the best way to make your revenue and money and profits. So in an ideal home care agency, you would probably have 80% private and then 20% the rest of the other ones, contracts, right? Now, what do we need to do is the first 3 things we need to do is to get more leads. We need to build a brand around these leads. We need to start posting content. We need to find ways where should we post these things to get more leads. We need to have, lastly, predictable source of traffic. What I mean by predictable source of traffic is that a lot of the times, if you're relying on referrals, word of mouth, it can go up and down. Some months you will get referrals, some months you won't. We don't need that. As a business, we need to have sustainability. We need to have constant source of income. Obviously, there's risks which come with the business, but there are many ways you can build a predictable source of traffic. In order to do all these 3 things and to make sure they're predictable and to make sure they're high quality leads, we need to make sure that we have some avenues we can go to start. So let's talk about these traffic sources. So I've particularly divided them into 4 parts, and we'll talk about them one by one. Let's first dive into Google Ads. The leads which come to you from Google Ads, if you do invest money in Google Ads, if you do it the right way, you're gonna get very high quality leads. Think about this. People who do go and search on Google, they're actually taking in, like, their intent is so high that they're going and searching on Google, hey, best home care agency near me, home care services near me. That's really high intent, and they are able to book a call with you from your Google ad link, book an appointment, or drop their information. It's a very high intent because they were able to go on your website, and then they also selected a time to speak to you directly one-on-one. It's not the opposite where you're trying to get to them. You have more authority, they're looking for something and you can provide it. That is quite important, right? That really outweighs a lot of other avenues that you can go to. But I'm not the biggest advocate for this if you're a beginner especially, but if you're already running, if you're a big agency, great thing to do, right? You should definitely invest money every single month in Google Ads. But there can be cons with it. So the first thing is competition can be high. A lot of people run Google Ads. On top of that, there's a lot of big companies like Yelp, these marketplaces, like in UK, there's Lottie now. These places are ranking for the same keywords, same like search keywords, like for example, home care service near me, home care agency London, home care agency Manchester. They're ranking for that. So they're listing might come at the top, right? And they're putting a lot of money into it. So their budget is high, and competing with them can be quite tough. Or like big franchises in the home care space, they can be competing with you as well, right? That can be negative because it will eventually make it expensive then, right? Your cost per lead, your cost per appointment will be quite expensive since there's so many different ads running at the same time, right? But it's a great avenue to invest in if you're established agency, right? If you are a medium-sized agency and you want to go to the higher side, great avenue to invest in. You can get cost per lead for 100, 200 pounds if you're able to sell them on a decent sized package. If you run Google ads in more affluent areas, a great source of return on investment over here. But I rated this as probably the most expensive out of the ways we're going to talk about today. The second one we're going to talk about today is Google Maps. So with Google Maps now, you will have high to medium quality leads, right? Now that can be good. That's pretty good. You know, high to medium intent. People usually go and search for a home care agency. And just to show you, if I go and search home care agency London, you can see here these first 3 places which I get. This is basically Google Maps listings, and people might do it on the app on their phone, Google Maps directly as well. According to Google, not many people click on more places. They just go with the first 3 options they see, and you can see they have pretty good reviews. So your job, especially in your area, you need to be in the top 3 over here. So if someone is located in this area where, like for example, I'm here, you need to make sure they rank first 3 here. Otherwise you're losing a lot of businesses to the other people. If I click on more places, according to the stats from Google themselves, basically people don't really go on the page number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you are in one of those pages, man, it's going to be a tough time to get leads from here because no one really does. Now there is a shortcut, like you can run some local service ads, but they're, these are limited to businesses and areas. Ideally, what you want to do, if you see there's a pattern between the top 3 people, you see they have really good reviews, they have a lot of reviews, and if you do click on their profile, you're able to also see a lot of details, but you can see why this person is ranking above this pure care agency, right? Why Verve is ranking above this. If you can tell, it's pretty easy. Just if you couldn't, is that, obviously they have less reviews. They have all 5-star reviews. That's good. But at the same time, they have no pictures, right? They have no pictures. And I'm pretty sure they don't have any social media connected either, except LinkedIn. On Verve, they have a decent amount of pictures, and they have their Google posts coming up. So someone is consistently posting on their Google profile. These type of things, really help you. They always come first in my area, and they have all of the social media connected. So anytime they do make a post, you can come here and constantly update. So there's activity being present consistently. You can see easily why they are above the other people. This person has 5-star reviews, great, 23 of them. They have a lot of photos, great stuff. That's why you can see they're ranking above, for example, this person who has a little bit more reviews than them, but still they are on top of them by 2 points actually, right? And the second thing must be, they are posting on Google. I don't think they're posting that often, but you can see these guys are posting very often, so they're at the top. They have all the social media, and it's very obvious why they're a little bit below. They have less reviews, better reviews, but less reviews, and they're not posting that much on the Google profile. There you go. That is the answer. Just to give you an idea, in the home care space, I'm not gonna lie, the competition is not huge. You can see a lot of these listings, like this guy has 4 stars, this guy has 3.2, 4 stars, and this is just the first page, right? So if I go on the second page, let's go here, 3-star, 4-star. If you go in other businesses, like local businesses, let's say one other example is med spas. Okay, so med spas are like facial clinics, aesthetic clinics, and you can see here within the first page, there's everyone with 5-star reviews. There's none with 4-star, 3 stars like we saw in home care. And they have a decent amount of reviews. If I go on the next page, again, a lot of good reviews, not really any bad reviews, but you can see that the competition is way higher. For a customer to come here and choose which clinic I should go to, it can be really competitive, right? Because there's so many options with such good reviews. But in this space, it's pretty easy which one I go with, because I know which ones to avoid. As a customer, I'm speaking, right? I don't know myself. I don't want to give any judgment here, but as a customer myself, I know which ones to avoid. Obviously with the lowest ratings, I will avoid them, and then I will probably go with, go read some reviews on which ones are the best, And I would not, like, a customer would not differentiate between like number of reviews that much. They would also go and read the reviews. So make sure that your reviews are not fake. That is another thing. A lot of people like to fake reviews, and you can easily tell. And if not the customer can tell, Google tells that, because they track the address, the IP address, and all of these things, so they can delete bad reviews by themselves. That is basically Google Maps. There's a couple of strategies you can do to make sure you rank higher. What did you see which differentiated them from other listings over here? They were posting consistently every day. There's new pictures coming up. There's new care related stuff coming up. You know, their staff and everything. It just feels more inviting, right? You can easily go and talk to them. Google Maps is high to medium quality leads. Everyone who is searching there is going to be relatively high quality leads. If they do, they might just call you straight up. They might just give you a phone call from there, or go to your website and leave an inquiry. But a lot of people just call you, right? So you need to make sure that you also respond to those calls. According to statistics, I think it's about 60% of the businesses do not pick on their first try. That's for local businesses. So you need to have systems in place. Either you can use technology like AI nowadays to be your receptionist, take information, book appointments. It's a pretty simple job, and it can give them all the information as well that they need. For example, if someone is inquiring about dementia care, artificial intelligence nowadays can do that. You can look for solutions around that. You can search around that. You'll find some stuff. But other ways is, you know, the traditional way of hiring someone, being a receptionist, or picking up calls yourself, right? But you cannot do that 24/7. Obviously, you need to have systems in place. And if you're running a business, I would highly recommend to have systems in place. That's where Google Maps requires some sort of investment. That you need to make sure there are systems in place to see if the person can pick up the phone, systems in place to get more reviews, like, you know, offers, referral programs. For example, you might have a QR code, which you might give to your customers right after service is completed, or you might email. What we like to do for some customers we've worked with in the past with getting them more customers is basically sending their clients more personalized emails. But I don't want to get too much into that, but basically sending emails and asking for reviews. And that will help you rank higher. They're more organic reviews. People would leave them from their locations. And then I said, posting photos and all of these things. What are the other advantages? It's quite good for long term. So in the long run, when you do reach to a point, like for example, the top 3 guys here, they will, whenever someone searches for home care agency, they will be at the top in this area. They will get a lot of phone calls. They will get all of the phone calls. Guys on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th pages will not really get many phone calls at all, especially the first 3 to 4. According to statistics, they get the most of the business in that area. So you want to make sure that in your area, at least in your area, you're ranking at the top. As I said, you need to get in systems in place. And in the long run, if you're getting all the calls, then you have a predictable source of traffic for free. So eventually it becomes really inexpensive because you're literally doing nothing. You're just making sure there's posts coming up every now and then. You're just making sure that there are, you know, reviews coming in consistently. You're making sure you're replying to those reviews, personally replying to those reviews. You can use artificial intelligence to that as well. And you need to make sure everything like your website, your social media, everything is connected. The only downside is it takes time. It can take about 6 months to rank first on your Google page, depending on the area, obviously. Like if there's an area which doesn't really have any home care agency, or it doesn't really have too much competition, everyone has bad reviews, yeah, it can be easier to rank higher. Like maybe take 3 to 4 months, right? But on average, 4 to 6 months is what a time it takes to rank higher and higher. In that time, obviously, you're going to get more leads as you're ranking higher, as you're posting more reviews and all of these things. So I ranked it as the lowest budget. As you might need an agency, a marketing agency to work with you, and really a marketing agency who's designed to like be an expert in this field, so they can help you really well and leverage tools like artificial intelligence and help you with that as well. Without AI nowadays, it can be expensive. Keep your margins good. You need to make sure that you're saving costs on mundane tasks. For example, you need to train salespeople or receptionists to take calls. I can do that pretty well nowadays. Or texting people when they send inquiries. Hey, you inquired about us today. Can you tell me a few things? Like someone texting them manually. Rather than that, you can get AI and it will just literally seem like a human texting you. But this is a great avenue to get clients. For local businesses, probably the best in my opinion. For long term, every person should be looking into this. You're gonna get 60 to 70% of your clients from this strategy if you nail this pretty good. Number 3, Facebook ads, right? Facebook ads, meta ads, whatever you want to call them. But these are These are medium, sometimes high quality leads, obviously, but it's basically like this, right? Someone is scrolling on their phone on Facebook and they just saw your ad and they wanna inquire, right? So they might be sitting on their sofa watching TV and they're just taking a break. They might be sitting on their toilet and just they went on their phone scrolling. Hey, you know what? I need a care. I need to look into care services that are in my area, right? So it's not huge intent. No one is going and searching particularly for home care services. They just got attracted by your ad. So you can get instant results because people will come and inquire about you. They might even book an appointment depending on what type of funnel you're running. So what happens on your website, we recommend always booking appointments directly. You can also go for leads and then talk to them and qualify them. That again, you can use the same artificial intelligence tools over here. As a business owner, you need to be on top of the technology which is out there to make sure that you're saving on cost. So that is your responsibility. And these are more cost-effective leads because compared to Google, you're gonna get way more cost-effective leads. Because a lot of these like lead costs are depending on the type of ads you're running, the type of website, the landing page we call landing pages, are you're running, how good they are, like how good they match with the audience's mindset. And this is where a lot of marketing comes in place. And this is where you need to understand what your client actually wants. Like what does the person who's paying for the service, who works with you, actually is looking for? What type of words they're looking for? Are they a price shopper and they're looking for, you know, the best price? Are they looking for the best quality? They're looking for a lot of safety. Maybe you want to include a lot of, you know, safety stuff on your landing page, that this is what we do to make sure everything is safe. We use care management tools which alert us instantly regarding their medication mismedications, incidents, and everything like that. So they might want to hear that. Yeah, I had a communication problem with my previous home care agency. I am looking for something which is more effective in communication, responds automatically. And this is where, again, you need to use technology. So you're not hiring 10, 20, 30 people to just send messages to family and friends. So you can highlight that on your ads, on your landing pages. Hey, you know, have you dealt with the agency which doesn't respond very well in the past? You have bad experience, but you still want some time off, you know, taking care of your loved one with the best quality of care. So our experienced carriers with these certificates and less certificates, and then we do use technology to make sure that you get alerts automatically without contacting anyone. You can always look into reports and leave us feedback on those reports online on your phone. So you don't have to literally be bothered about business hours or anything like that. That can bring you really cost-effective leads, and that can eventually actually turn from medium quality to high quality leads, depending on if you know what you're doing, right? If you're running the ads, you know exactly what your pain points are for the customers. You're running a good landing page. The website they land on after clicking on the ad should be addressing the exact pain points they're facing right now. And then the call to action. The call to action is basically like, you know, you go on a website, then it asks you book an appointment or drop your information, we'll contact you. That call to action should be really matching the theme of the website. After you give them information, and there might be a video there for instructions. Hey, this is what you need to do. Or there might be just written information. After they read that, there needs to be a good offer and a good intent. Hey, you know, if you're looking to see how we deliver this care, we can give you a trial and you can set up a free day with us. Just book a schedule with one of our experienced caregivers, senior caregivers, and they will guide you through everything, show you what we use, how we do it, and give you a glimpse of what our service looks like, so you don't have to risk too much by going fully into the service. That's a good offer, good call to action. The people who will book appointments will have a decent amount of intent. Budget required, I guess, I don't know if you want to put this as red or yellow. I think it's pretty cost effective, but you know, I know for some business owners, investing money into their business can be, you know, at first seems weird, I guess, least to say, but $50 per day recommended minimum. If you're in the UK, 50 pounds, or for 45 pounds, something around that. Probably I would just say 50 pounds a day. That's about 1,500 per month. Cost per lead, I'll probably say around 40 to 50 pounds per lead. So you expect about one lead per day. If your ad is really good, if your landing pages are really good, and your audience that you targeted on Facebook is really good, then you might get even cheaper, right? 20 to 30 pounds as well. I've seen pretty consistently. They might have a little bit lower intent compared to the ones which are more expensive, because that comes with the cost per lead as well. A lot of the times, if your lead cost is expensive, you might see really high quality leads coming through. If you're running everything correct and your cost per lead is high, then it means that you're probably getting good leads as well. Cheaper leads, it comes cheaper intent as well, you know. But this is a great avenue if you're trying to get instant results. Every time there's a new business, we recommend them to start this Facebook ads campaign. You need to have a budget set for this. You can start with 800 to £1,000. You don't necessarily need to spend $50 per day, but I would recommend that. That's my recommendation. Minimum $50 per day, right? So £1,000 per day, you can start with that per month, sorry, to make sure that you're getting instant results and getting some sort of clients, right? If you have if you have about 20 to 30 leads per month, which are medium to high quality, somewhere around that, they book a consultation with you. How many do you think you can close and turn them into clients? What has been your past closing rate, right? If 5 people inquire, how many do you close? You close 1 person, 2 people, 3 people. If you can close 1 out of 10, you can close 2 clients out of 20 leads, right? So 2 clients, how much is that worth to you? Is that worth 5,000 per month? Is that worth 2,000 per month? Depending on that, you can see, is it worth spending £1,000 per month on Facebook ads? Eventually it will be, and we've seen time after time again, it does work. If you know what you are doing, you can again use a marketing agency. You can educate yourself on YouTube, or videos like this, videos on Facebook ads and how to run them, all of these things as well. But if you're a busy business owner, you're looking to focus on care, work on the business, not in the business, best way to do is hire a good marketing agency for this. The last option, which is the organic content, right? This is the last place where we can build a brand, we can push our content and try to get more leads there. So leads, I classified it as medium quality leads. I don't know, some people might say, go against that, but I think with organic, sometimes, people might just be messaging you here and there. There's a lot of people in different cities which might see you, all of these different types of things. I'm factoring in, you might get a lot of messages if you go really viral, and it might not be the best. Everyone might not be the best, right? But it can be high quality leads if you redirect them to a website from your Instagram, from your TikTok, right? Wherever you're posting your content, or LinkedIn. And once you do get them to the website, then they're again, we go through the qualification process. You have a video, you have a good offer, you have a good landing page, you have a good call to action for consultation. Then they might be very high quality because they are going through this application process to come to you, right? So lead quality can eventually turn high depending on how good you filter them out, or how good you call them and filter them out even. Yep, these are free leads, but it takes time. It takes content marketing skills are required. It might not take time. Like today, especially, in the day and age of Instagram and TikTok, dude, you can go viral in a day. In a few hours, you can go viral depending on how good your content is. You need to be making like 10, 15, 20, 30-second content videos. Yeah, and you can go easily viral, get a bunch of followers. But it really depends what type of content you're posting, how relative it is to your ideal client. And then if it's not relative at all, if you're a home care agency and you're posting about like a meme or something, right? Something funny, it might get a lot of eyes, but not necessarily it's going to get the eyes of your ideal client, right? And eventually, as I said, it builds a brand for you. So, when you're posting, people get to know you a little bit more. People like to see, your customers like to see who they're going to work with, type of content you're posting, educational content, how to do this, how to do that. As a caterer or, a family caregiver, you can build content like that, and it builds a brand. People respect you, people trust you, and this is where people like to do business. And they see you, they respect you, and trust you. Like you might be seeing me right now, and to be honest, we're making this content to see, to interact with our ideal audience, what they might be looking into, and then you might trust us because we are knowledgeable on some things and we can educate people on some things which they might not know about, right? So it builds this relationship before even meeting them. So that is the amazing part of organic content. You need to understand a little bit of psychology, again, on the ideal client. As a business owner, if you're launching this home care business, you need to know exactly what your client is looking for. What are the words which trigger their mind to make sure that they start taking action? What are the words that they're looking for? What are the topics they're looking to be educated on, right? What questions do you often get when you speak to your clients in the past? If you worked for another company or something, what questions do care workers ask all the time from family and friends, from care clients themselves, from, if you're doing elderly care or child support or something like that? What are those questions? And you can address those questions in videos, make short pieces of content, write those down, make them. It can be a selfie video, it can be a phone set up in front of you. You can buy a £5, £10 tripod and just start filming videos on that. No need to be shy. We need to get some clients, we need to make money. You got to do all we have, and plus build a brand, build some trust. You're going to be respected for the content you're going to post, as long as it's educational. But these are basically the 4 avenues that we like to use to we like to recommend people to use in order to get more clients. Once you have pretty much all 4 of them running, or at least 2 out of 4, you're gonna have a decent amount of leads coming through. So for example, if we recommend for beginners to focus on, let me see if I can mark this. Here's just to make it clear. We focus on Facebook ads and Google Maps. We recommend you focus on this, right? Because this has the instant return. Not everyone, likes to do organic content, but this is where you can just put some money in, get instant results, get some leads, try to close them. You need to have a good offer, a good pricing point. You need to know your competition in your area. And if you're able to do this, from this, a lot of people watch your ad on Facebook. They might go search on Google. And when they do search on Google, this is where you come higher on Google Maps, because these ads you're going to run in your area, right? So when you're running these in your area, they're both co-linked, because people are going to search in your area on Google Maps. And if you rank higher, you have more reviews, they're going to eventually contact you as well. So cost per lead might be pretty low because of Google Maps. If people are watching it and they're not looking for care right now, but in a few months maybe, so they have a contract or something like that, they might come back to you later. So I would probably recommend people to look into this. Contact marketing agencies, search on Google, search on YouTube, what you can find in your area. And if you have any questions, you can drop in the comments here, and I can personally respond to them. Also, I will be making more content around this. Like for example, on exact steps you can do to make sure you increase your Google Maps ranking, right? How to get more reviews, right? If you have a past list of customers, you might want to get reviews from them. You don't need too many reviews. As we saw, like the competition in home care is not huge. Like even cities like London, people have like 25, 27 reviews. That's not huge. Let's see some other city like Liverpool. Again, let's go into this. Okay. Yeah, like it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like 3-star reviews, 39, 3.8. Yeah, the competition is pretty low. You just need to be a little bit nicer to people, and they will leave good reviews. You can have a good strategy around that, and that's exactly what I'm gonna make videos on, so you can know which strategies to follow. And lastly, we'll also make some advanced content on Facebook ads. I personally have around 8 years experience in running Facebook ads. I've spent a lot of money on Facebook ads for multiple different types of businesses. I can make some content on that specifically for home care agencies. Okay, so this was a pretty long one. Basically, just to tell you what we do. So this channel is On Care's channel, On Care Technologies. We're basically a care management software. So we put out this content to help people get more clients. So eventually when you need to maintain those clients and need to retain them, is deliver good service and make sure their family and friends are happy, and you need to make sure your operations are running well with scheduling, like care planning tools, risk assessments, and all of these things, then you can come to us and we can give you more affordable and highly compliant and really easy to use system, which will work pretty well if you are a small, medium-sized agency, and even a big agency like a franchise with multiple different branches, and everyone needs their care software, and you can manage that in one place, making it really easy. So you can check out other videos. They're more focused on care management software if you want to do that. But rest assured, stay tuned for more content coming in. We have a Facebook group which you can join in the description of this video. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to comment here, and I'll try my best to respond to everyone. Thank you very much. See you next time.